Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to The Truth, where today we're going to do my NFL predictions. Starting out, we have the Raiders versus the Chargers. Give me the Raiders. Justin Herbert is out, Mike Williams is out, and a couple other key pieces for the Chargers. I think it's gonna be a game where it's gonna be more difficult for the backup. You're jumping into that role, you haven't gotten first starter reps, while the Raiders has. I feel like that's what's gonna make the difference. You still have Devontae Adams if you're the Raiders. Sadly, the Chargers' first round receiver hasn't panned out. You're missing Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I think that's also going to contribute. Give me and Joey Bosa as well. Give me the Raiders at home on Thursday. Pittsburgh versus the Colts. This is a game where normally I'd want to pick the home team with the Colts, even though Pittsburgh does have the extra just rest. But I'm actually going to stick with Pittsburgh in this case. My main thing is one, Anthony Richardson, I believe, is still out. If I can pull it up right here, the starting running back for the Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor is doubtful and wasn't at practice Wednesday. I feel like that's big because I feel like Jonathan Taylor, DeForest Buckner was limited. I feel like those key pieces are what's going to be the downfall with the Steelers having extra days of rest. Steelers, even though they don't seem like the best, they're playing enough to win games. They still haven't had a losing season yet, and I don't think they will. I think they're going to win another game and continue on. Sorry if you hear me sniffing. Just allergies are really kicking my butt right now. Jets versus Dolphins. I think the Dolphins won this coming off of a loss last week to the Titans, an upset, which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a complete blowout. Give me the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to have a step back. Tyreek Hill is doubtful, but give me the Dolphins in this scenario. Titans versus Texans. Give me the Titans at home. I'd like the Titans at home. They play relatively well. They did have one win away against Miami Dolphins. I think this is going to be a game where the Titans just rely on Derrick Henry and get the job done. Baltimore versus Jacksonville. I like Baltimore in this situation. Baltimore has continually just beat teams. And when they hit on offense and when they're hitting as a team, they hit. Sadly, Jacksonville hasn't lived up to the expectations we had them as, but they're still really good. I just don't think they're going to be enough to stop this Baltimore offense. And I think this is going to be a sweep by the Chiefs. The Chiefs, like I said before, they did lose to the Bills. I think this is going to be a complete sweep. The Patriots are bad. They shouldn't lose to the Patriots. The Patriots don't have a lot. They only have 3 wins. Give me the Chiefs. I think this is where they have a good win and bounce back win. Bears versus Browns. Justin Fields has been playing better, but that Browns defense is just too darn good. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough to go against, and I think that's going to give them a lot of fits. Going to the Lions versus Broncos game, I really like the Lions in this matchup. I'm picking a lot of home teams this week. I am. I really like the Lions in this matchup. I do think that the Broncos are improving, but they are not good enough yet against the Lions. The Lions are a team who should win this game. They're at home. If it was in Denver, I'd probably go Denver. I think it's going to be a closer game. But I like the Lions in this matchup. I'm going to go with the Bengals versus the Vikings. I like the Vikings. They do have Justin Jefferson back, but they're on their third-string quarterback. And that's why I'm kind of sitting there like, without Dobbs, how good or really are the Vikings? I think they won by 3 points last week. And that's just not going to follow the Bengals. Bengals have too many weapons. Bengals are too explosive on offense, and they don't have too bad of a defense. Give the Bengals, even though, they do have some key injuries. The first game I really want to pull up the injury report list on is the Dallas Cowboys, who do have a lengthy one, but here's some key ones. Michael Hooker, ankle, non-participant for Wednesday's practice, something to watch out for. Michael Parsons, illness. We've seen in the NFL, week after week, these guys with illnesses have taken a step back. Jonathan Haidt, Jonathan Hankins, high ankle sprain, something to watch out for. CJ Goodwin's been out. Trevon Diggs been out. Rush has been out. Some key players, some very key players, especially on that defense for Dallas. Going up to Buffalo, we see that Dalton Kincaid is limited. Micah Hyde is considered week to week. AJ Espinoza, something to watch out for. He's a pretty good guy for them. It's considered week to week. Matt Milano's still out. Tre'Davious White is still out. I like Dallas. This is hard for me because I really want to pick Dallas. I think I will end up actually picking Dallas. My main thing is I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills upset the Cowboys. Even though the Bills coming in this season, we thought the Bills were going to be better. They're going to be better than the Cowboys coming in. At least I thought so. I just think at this point in the season, the Cowboys are better. But don't count the Bills out. It's in Buffalo. It's cold. It's going to be tough, especially against a Southern team who typically play in warmer weather and in Jerry's world, which is basically it is a dome. It's gonna be interesting, but give me Dallas. I think Dallas can pull out a win. Could be close though. I wouldn't count it out. This is another game which I have on upset alert. I'm picking the Falcons, but don't be surprised if somehow the Carolina Panthers pull out a win. I mean, there's an argument they should beat New Orleans. Atlanta lost last week, and that's why it's such a tie. But Atlanta, if that run game doesn't keep going, this game's going to get interesting. And that's what's really going to come down to is Atlanta's run game. Here's the thing, though. Carolina, not the best run defense, good against the pass. Atlanta likes to run the football. My main thing is if Atlanta starts getting into a passing situation, I think that's what Carolina's going to get better at. And that's what Carolina's going to get the advantage of. Something to watch out for, but give me Atlanta. Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. If we go to the Green Bay Packers, some key players: Eric Stokes, injury reserve. Jerry Alexander is limited on practice. Nixon was limited. Key cornerbacks for them. Jonathan Owens, limited. Darnell Savage did not practice. Quay Walker did not practice. A lot of key pieces. David Bakhtiari's on injury reserve. Luke Musgrave on injury reserve. That's going to suck for them. Going to Tampa Bay. Vita Vea did not practice. Something to watch out for. Apologies. Vita Vea did not practice. Jamal Dean is limited. Carlton Davis did not practice. Ryan Neal, non-participant, not practice. Devin White, not practice. A lot of guys, especially on the defense, did not practice. Chris Godwin did not practice. Ryan Jensen's out. This is a tough game to call. It's a very tough game to call. But give me the Green Bay. My main thing is the same thing with Dallas. It's weather. And it's even more north. It's coming down in the Green Bay. This is one of those games where I'm saying, like, man, it's tough for Tampa, but having so many players not participate in practice, I think the Packers will just squeak one out. Even though I like Tampa's offense, I think Tampa overall is a more talented roster than Green Bay. I think Green Bay pulls it out. Tampa's so injured on defense, and all you basically have is Mike Evans. But Green Bay likes to run the football. It's going to be cold. You're missing Vita Vea. You're missing key pieces. And that's where it comes down to is I think those backups are going to put holes in that defense, and Green Bay is going to be able to run through it. That's my prediction. Could probably be wrong. I probably will be wrong. I think it's going to be another close one, though. Forgive me for that one. New Orleans versus New York. If I scroll down, or up, my bad, going to the Giants, Dexter Lawrence considered limited, something to watch out for. Ashawn Robinson, questionable. Darren Waller, hamstring, will not play. He's on injury reserve. Evan Neal, questionable. Daniel Jones is out. Graham Gano, their place kicker, something to watch out for. Could give troubles, but I don't think so. Something to watch out for. Waller Davis, Lemix, and Joshua. I'm going to butcher these names. They're all out. Matt Purda is out. J.C. Hennister is out. New York doesn't have the best roster. They don't have the best roster when it comes to receivers. I feel like it's going to really hurt them. I feel like they're really going to have to run on Saquon Barkley this game. New Orleans secondary is really good. And this is a game where, I'm going to be honest, I do think they're going to have to rely on Saquon Barkley. And I don't know if that's going to be enough. But here's the thing. Going into New Orleans, Kendra Miller, their third running back, is questionable. He did not practice. Probably is going to be out. So you don't have to worry about that. But things you looked at last week, New Orleans and Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams ran the ball pretty well last week. Something to watch out for. Cam Jordan's questionable, but nothing given. Two key players for them, Taysom Hill and Rashid Shaheed. Both of them were limited in practice. If they play, this could be a really interesting game because Rashid Shaheed can instantly take the top off of defense. Taysom Hill, very electric. He brings a lot of different things. Where am I going? Jamal Williams, questionable with the groin injury. That's something to watch out for. Those groin injuries can be tricky, but he's questionable. Andres Pete, questionable. Chris Olave didn't practice, so something to watch out for. If Olave does not play, give me the Giants. Foskey, questionable. Some players who are out. Marcus Mays out. Injury reserve on Wednesday. Marshawn Lattimore, he's been out. Peyton Turner's been out. Benjamin's out. Malcolm Roach has been out. Michael Thomas has been out. Nick Saldivari has been out. It's tough. With Chris Olave not practicing, give me the New York Giants. So that's where it's really gonna put in the pickle. Plus, New Orleans hasn't been the best at containing the run, at containing scrambling quarterbacks. Give me the Giants. I think with their backup, they're going to be able to scramble a lot, and they're going to be able to pull off a win. San Fran versus the Cardinals. Come on now, give me San Fran. Commanders away. Commanders with a bye week against the Rams. Really kind of want to take a peek at Los Angeles. Not a very injured Los Angeles team. Stetson Bennett feels like he's been out all week. Tyler Higbee's questionable. Tutu Atwell's questionable. Ben Skoranek, questionable. Tutu Atwell was a non-participant. Really give me this Rams team. This Rams team is healthier. They're kind of coming in healthier at the end of the year. I'm not the biggest fan of Sam Howell. I still want to watch more film on him and do more work on him. I'm not the biggest pro Sam Howell. I do like this Rams offense, this Rams receiving core, and I think they can take over a game. With that also being said, give me the Eagles over the Seattle Seahawks. Could be an upset, but I like the Eagles in this matchup. I feel like the Eagles, after that loss, are in this must-win-now mode of staying in it and trying to win and trying to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys. Because right now, the Cowboys are in the lead, and they're leading out. With my first team for the AFC, I have the first seeded Baltimore Ravens at 11-3. I have the 5th seed Browns at 9-5. I have the 6th seed Steelers at 8-6. I have the 7th seed Bengals at 8-6. If the season ended like that, I would be surprised that all 4 teams in the division made the playoffs. That's incredible. That shows you how good. If that were to happen, that would show you how good this AFC North team is. I mean, they're dominant. It's a tough team to go against, even with that. It's still tough. In the AFC East, the second seeded Miami Dolphins at 10-4, the Bills at 7-7, and the Jets at 5-9. The Patriots at 3-11. The AFC West with the third seed of the Chiefs at 9-5, the Broncos at 7-7, the Raiders at 6-8, and the Chargers at 5-9. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 4th seed at 8-6, Colts at 7-7, Texans at 7-7, and Titans at 6-8. I have the first seed San Francisco 49ers at 11-3, the Rams at 7-7, the Seahawks at 6-8, and the Cardinals at 3-11. I have the Dallas Cowboys, almost the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys with the second seed at 11-3, and the Philadelphia Eagles with the 5th seed at 11-3. I have the Giants at 6-8, and the Washington Commanders at 4-10. I have the Detroit Lions with the 3rd seed at 10-4, the Vikings with the 6th seed at 7-7, the Packers with the 7th seed at 7-7, and the Bears at 5-9. I have the Atlanta Falcons at 7-7, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-8, and the Saints at 6-8, while the Panthers still fall to 1-13. Let me know what y'all like. Let me know what y'all don't like. What do y'all agree with? What do y'all not agree with this team? Do you think I'm underrating backups? I'm overrating backups? Let me know. What teams do you think have a better home advantage? Yeah, let me know. Just whatever your opinions are, let me know. I'm really interested to see y'all's response, especially to this week's. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all later.